to watch from morning till the night. He'll tell you who won, and he'll make sure you're not bored. Madano is the name, predicting goals is his game.
To the Championship Prediction Show. It is round 19 of the EFL Championship. We are going to kick off with a Friday night game, which is coming out this evening at 8 o'clock. It is Hull versus Middlesbrough. Looking into this game with a bit of depth. Hull City beating Stoke in their last game, and Middlesbrough beating Derby in their last game. Middlesbrough have won 3 of their last 5 against Hull, and Hull have won 1 of their last 5 against Middlesbrough, and there's also been a draw in there. And in the table standings, it is 2nd versus 9th. Hull only... Hull are only 2 points off of 4th and 3 points off of 3rd. Hull have had 2 wins in the last 5. But obviously they've lost their manager at Middlesbrough. I'll go Hull 2. I'll say Hull 2. Middlesbrough 1. That is my prediction for that one. Then we move on to a 12:30 kickoff on Saturday, and it's the opening one on 12:30. It is Charlton versus Portsmouth. I see Charlton getting straight back to winning ways here. Charlton have had 4 defeats in the last 5, 1 win, and Portsmouth 1 win and 1 draw and 3 defeats in their last 5, but Charlton have beaten them on 3 occasions in their last 5 games, and as it stands, it is 17th versus 22nd. Charlton are at the Valley as well. I'll go Charlton 3, Portsmouth 1. Derby County versus Leicester City. Easy for me. Easy prediction for me at the moment. I'll go Derby 3, Leicester 1. That's my prediction for that one. Leicester are having a terrible season. And then we're going to move on to Watford versus Norwich in another 12:30 kickoff. Norwich finally getting their first win since sacking their manager. Watford have won 4 of their last 5 against Watford. So this one could have plenty of goals in it. Watford are playing better football than Norwich at the moment. But I think we're going to really start to see Norwich climb up the table. And I think this one could be a big test. And I think this could be Watford 2, Norwich 3, and Josh Sargent with a goal. Joshua Sargent with a goal in that one for me. Moving on to Blackburn v Sheffield Wednesday in the 3 o'clocks. Blackburn must have felt very hard done by after playing that replay in midweek, after them having that game cancelled due to the bad weather earlier on in the season, where they were leading 1-0 and Ipswich were down to 10, and Blackburn were winning that one. They were winning this one as well in the replay 1-0. And then right at the very end, which every Blackburn Rovers fan was so worried about the replay about, was that Ipswich would get a point from this game. And they did. And Ipswich equalised very late on in the game and ended up drawing the game 1-1. And Sheffield Wednesday, since their defeat has been deducted another 6-point deduction. They now really are going into League One again. The South -10, they've got absolutely no chance for me. So I'm going to go... Blackburn really start stretching their legs in this one for me. And I think Blackburn 3. I'll give Sheffield Wednesday a goal. I'll go Blackburn 3, Sheffield Wednesday 1. Moving on to Bristol City v Millwall. Bristol City is another team this season that have now gone to Fratton Park and beaten Portsmouth at home, which is very normally unlikely for any team to go and smash anyone at Fratton Park. Millwall, obviously, they also won their recent game and they beat Southampton 3-2, coming from a, I think it was 2-1 down to win that one. 1-0 down, 1-1. Oh, no. They nicked it late on after being 2-1 up. Southampton equalised to make it 2-2. And then Millwall just showing a little bit more glory in that one. I think because this one is at Bristol City, I'm going to say Bristol City 2, Millwall 2. Let's have a bit of a Desmond. Let's have a little bit of a Desmond. Moving on to the favourites for the Championship season this year. It's Ipswich, who are not my favourites. It's Coventry! So, Ipswich v Coventry, up the Blues, up the Covs. Ipswich have won 3 of the last 5 against Coventry. But, how do you stop Coventry this year? You don't. So I'm going to go Ipswich 2, Coventry 3. Oh, let's have it. Up the Covs. Moving on swiftly into QPR. Moving on to... moving on to Preston versus Wrexham. Preston v Wrexham. Wrexham just nicking draws at the moment, and Preston nicking wins very late on, lucky sods. They were very lucky against Sheffield Wednesday to nick that one right to death, coming from behind. All I will say is I think Wrexham are a better team. I think Wrexham are really starting to motor towards the Championship. I'm going to go Preston 2, Wrexham 3. Sam Smith with a goal, the other Reading striker. And then we're going to go on to QPR and West Bromwich Albion. Norwich being the first, QPR being the team that gets beat by Norwich for the first time this season. West Brom have won their last 3 games against QPR. And I reckon that'll continue. And I'll go QPR 1, West Brom 3. Then we're going to carry on and we're going to go Sheffield United to Stoke. Sheffield United, 3 straight wins in a row. 3-0 over Sheffield Wednesday, 3-0 over Portsmouth, and 3-2 over Leicester. Were 3-0 up, gave the game away very late on, and Stoke, I'm an R at the moment, but Stoke are the better team for me. I'll go Sheffield United 1, Stoke 2. Mark Robbins with a win in that one. Moving on to Southampton, Birmingham. Not going to say too much on this one. Going to go Southampton 4, Birmingham 2. If this was at St Andrews, where Birmingham are at home, it might be a different story. But because Southampton are the home side, they're scoring more goals than they ever did with Will still at the wheel. I think Southampton will win this one with quite a dominating performance. I think there's a lot of goals in this game. Both teams score a lot of goals. And Swansea, really not doing too well. So I'm going to go Swansea 1, Oxford 3. And there's your championship predictions. Please join me in around about 5 minutes' time as we look back over certain other football scores, football score shows. We will have the football catch-up show, the EFL Championship catch-up show on Saturday evening, when we have all the scores on the doors. Thank you ever so much. I've been Joshua, the Buffalo Predictor, and this has been your EFL Championship predictions by the Buffalo. Thank you ever so much.